to make all of
Oh my God. And then we got Steve Francis.
my mind is blowing.
We could have had Trevor Ariza. This is why I don't like looking this up. We could have had Trevor Ariza, great defensive player, great player, Trevor Ariza, for that whole time when we had David Lee and Nate Robinson, when we had Danilo Gallinari, Wilson Chandler. We could have had him with Melo. Like, he could have been part of that team that you were a part of. That would have just been another great 3-and-D guy that could have helped the team.
We would have went to the big show, man. It would have been. Oh, I would have been terrified. I wouldn't have known how to breathe.
Oh my God! And we traded him for Steve Francis. And you know what Steve Francis did as a Knick? In 1.5 seasons, he averaged 11 points per game. He played in 68 games, and that's it. Yeah,
I can't believe that. I like Steve Francis,
that's hard.
though, but not at
that's
that
heartbreaking.
cost. I didn't realize.
But that's the definition of Knicks. The Knicks always do this. They always go and I feel like this is what the Knicks management does. They look at, they see that there's a player like Steve Francis, and they're like, 5 years ago he averaged 21 points a game. Maybe he'll. I know last year he only averaged like 10, but like maybe when he comes to the team he'll go back to averaging 20. Let's give him a chance. Let's trade away 19-year-old Trevor Ariza for him. It'll work out. It'll totally work out. Oh my God. I think when we traded for Steve Francis, we still had Stephon Marbury. Like, why get a guy like Francis when we have Marbury and Nate Robinson that year?
You gotta wonder though, like what's the behind the scenes going on? Like, what is that? Like, were they maybe they were thinking about giving someone up or getting rid of someone? It's so much politics that goes on. It's kind of crazy, honestly. It's insane. They would be in those offices late.
Right.
Especially just like trying to move things around, and I didn't want their job at all.
Right. Also, if we go to the next season, the year we had Steve Francis, this is another team of once a Knick, always a Knick players. I mean, we had Jalen Rose that year. We had Eddie Curry. Yeah. We had Antonio Davis. I've always hated him because he was a part of that Pacers team with Reggie and Dale Davis and Rick Smits. Apparently he was a Knick, which I am now just realizing.
I didn't know. Did he come straight from the Pacers then?
No, he didn't. He must have came from the Raptors.
The Raptors.
No, it looks like he went from the Raptors to the Bulls to the Knicks. So I'm sure we all know what you're going to say, but what's your favorite Knicks team of all time?
It have to be the season I worked with them. I'm just slightly biased.
I figured.
The 2012, 2013.
Right.
Also because I got to know the players. And then I got to hang out with John Starks a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of good things.
Yeah, I remember you talking to me about John Starks a while back. Well, what's your favorite thing about him, like meeting him and getting to know him and hanging out with him as much as you did?
He loves and he hates. It's funny. He's very ambivalent about the Michael Jordan block. He loves that everyone likes to reference it, but he hates that everyone likes to reference it.
Right.
Because he feels like his career is so much more than that.
Well,
but it's all people ever talk about. Well, he's a cool guy for just going with it because we do a lot of things with him.
Right.
And the fans are always like, and even like fans who were like children, they're like, you had a blaster and a Michael Jordan wasn't like, like.
Right. Well,
and he's just like,
Well, next time he doesn't like it when someone brings it up, you could be like, well, they could be bringing up Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Would you rather them bring that up?
Yeah, that one was just like, we actually literally would have to tell people to avoid that, actually, what you just...
Right.
Like,
I bet.
I bet. My whole entire job was to make people happy and have fun and just really throw a party and make things exciting whenever I was around.
And you're so good at that.
I would always have that. Like, you can bring up this, you can bring up that. Don't bring up this, please. And it was, it worked. Sometimes people did anyway, but he's a good guy. He was okay. He's still not over it, though.
I feel like you... I feel like you're the perfect person for that job. If you can't tell from this podcast, your energy is amazing, and you're such a fun person to hang out with. So,
hey man, life's a party. I'm just here for the ride?
One last question, then we'll get out of here. When do you think? Give me your prediction. The next time the Knicks will win a championship. Give me a year.
2099. No, honestly, it's going to be at least another 10 years, at least.
Okay.
It's too much development. If there was no other development in other teams, I would say about 5 years. But as the other teams grow, we'd have to change the entire organization. And like you said, there's a lot of we have a history of making decisions, like the Steve Francis decision, and hopefully that kind of can stop with this year, and we can just kind of like remold and regain a new momentum, and that will bring us to it's like the 10-year road. That's what they used to call it too. It's like we're on the 10-year road to the championship. Right. Because it's not an overnight thing.
No.
You know, it takes so much work and so much efficiency, and you got to make a lot of mistakes before you can make the right ones to get you in the right places to make the better choices.
But we've made so many mistakes, and it's led to nothing good. Like that's the Knicks. That's the Knicks.
It's a try. I still talk to some of the guys on the staff, and they're like, "We're trying, man. We're trying." You know, they try with the field thing, and
we're doing our bestest. But you've just brought it up. The Knicks have redone everything. We're starting from the ground up. A new GM, a new coach, a new culture, all these young players. So maybe this is year one of a 10-year plan. And if that's true, all of our rookies now will be veterans. Knox, Frank,
right,
KP.
But you can build up a team that can create it. Like you said, like when you're talking about how they can see that this team is worth coming to, the big guys.
Right.
You know, that's what we're looking for. You know, not so much that we'll develop with this team, but we'll develop a team that makes people want to play to develop with them.
Got it. Makes sense. Parker, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes!
Where can we find you?
Yes.
Is your social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, any of that public? Do you want to give any of that out?
Sure. You can check out my abs, of course, on my IG, Instagram. It's feisty_DP. So that's at feisty, FEISTY_DP.
That's a perfect Instagram account for the New York Knicks that describes this Knicks team, feisty. And go check out her.
I'll have to tell some more stories one day about Instagram. So.
Go check out her 8-pack on Instagram, and follow Bockers Beat on Twitter, Spreaker, YouTube, SoundCloud. It's all at Bockers Beat. The Knicks are taking on the Bucks on Monday, Heat Wednesday, and the Warriors on Friday. My name is Jeff Haber. Go New York, go New York, go.